back.
And today is super exciting. We actually have our very first guest on the His and Her show. And I'm so excited to have her on because she's actually been a part of the coaching program I took. And we've been Facebook friends forever. And then we actually only met at the airport going to an event at the same time.
In person.
In person, for the first time. So I am so excited to announce our very first guest, Penny Norkett. So welcome, Penny.
Yes, welcome.
And thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really exciting.
So yay. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Penny Norkett, and I am founder of Claim Your Brilliance. And this is a group where I get to incorporate all of my passions. So I share about essential oils. I share about empowerment coaching, which we did together. And I also share emotional freedom technique tapping. And so it is a group for women to help them really feel, it's called Claim Your Brilliance, to really connect to who they really are. And the tools that I have can help women actually get past the mask that they may put on themselves and to really shine.
I love what you do and how you incorporate everything together. So it's really amazing.
Yeah, you guys have really got a lot of synergistic stuff going on, which is awesome. So.
I like to add that you actually only live about 10 minutes away from us. And that's why it was so weird that we only met, in Toronto at the airport. So
we were on our way to California, and we've known each other for over 2 years online and living within 10 minutes of each other.
So that was pretty cool.
It was during a snowstorm, rainstorm, in April.
A lot of ice.
And we made it. It was so awesome to meet you, finally.
And now you're our very first guest, so I'm so excited about this. And do you have any Alex, being a person coming I've kind of done EFT tapping myself and even essential oils. I've been in that world, in empowerment coaching, definitely. So I would love an outsider's point of view, or any questions maybe coming more from less in it.
No, I definitely want to know more about this, because we talked about EFT, the emotional freedom techniques, and then there's a bunch of different ones, but we specifically, the ones that I've been exposed to is tapping, right? So that's one of them. So we talked about that in the podcast, and we talked a little bit about essential oils. We certainly started to switch over a lot of things in our own home to using more essential oils and less off-the-shelf store chemical products. So, and we talked a little bit before we started recording about how you have actually combined EFT and your essential and your practice with essential oils into something to help even more, on more levels. So I'd really like to hear more about that.
Yeah, so this is... I'm really excited about it, and I shared it with the mumpreneurs. And what it is in order to have bigger bang for your buck. Kind of funny, my name is Penny, so
nice.
I had to put that one in there. What it is that you choose the oil that is right for you. So you have some scents. So with Young Living, there are so many different blends and different oils. But so if you're looking for courage, what would courage have you do as an empowerment coach? There's an oil called Valor. And
one of my favorite.
It's so good. It also has other healing properties, but one of them is for courage. And I had a bunch of different oils, and that's the one she chose. And then she put the oil on, and there's different ways to use the oils. I happen to have it as a roller ball so that it would not be directly on her skin, that she would have a carrier oil, so it was safer for her to use. So she chose the roller ball that she wanted, and then she put it on her wrist. And then she took a really great big deep breath in and smelled the oil. And then we proceeded to do the tapping exercise. And then when she was finished, she went from when you're doing tapping, you always have to rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how you're feeling the different emotion or the pain or whatever you are feeling that we want to tap away. And she went from I think it was a 7 all the way down to a 3, and then at the end had gone. It had completely disappeared. So it was amazing. And then she shared with me that she had her most productive week ever, and that every time she put the oil on, it gave her courage, and she just felt really empowered, and the fear that she had been carrying with her had dissipated. She didn't have it anymore, and all she had to do was to smell that scent in order to feel courageous again.
Which is amazing. I was actually there for that, so that was incredible seeing that. So
okay, so what you've done is, or what she's been able to do, is associate the essential oil smell with the effects of that emotional tapping, that's really incredible. So, and that makes a lot of sense in a lot of
EFT tapping itself is like really powerful.
Yeah.
And then you put we have 5 senses, right? So you're now incorporating
another scent, and that does trigger different things in the brain. And there's lots of science out there on that. I don't want to mispronounce any of it, but we have sense memory, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's being triggered there, and that's pretty cool. I like that. That's really awesome. And maybe we can talk about a bit. I think essential oils are pretty straightforward. How they not necessarily how they work, but
not if anybody doesn't know what essential oils is. So maybe we touch a little bit about that in case somebody's like, "What is essential oils, or how can it benefit my life other than using it with tapping?"
And then I'd like to circle back to the emotional technique as well.
Oh, of course, yes.
But yeah, let's start with oils because that should be an easy one.
Wherever you like to go.
Excellent. So I love oils, and they're not just a pretty scent. What essential oils is what nature has given the plants to protect them. So for a lemon, for example, they are going to distill from the outer rind of the lemon. It's what nature gave the lemon in order to protect it from bugs and being eaten. So it is the goodness of what for that plant. And then they extract that goodness, and like in one little tiny bottle of lemon, it's like you've got 22 lemons, like a lemon tree in that one little bottle. So they are very, very effective, and really you just need one drop. There are multiple reasons for using oils. And ways to use them. So one is internally, and this is the part I always say, please, please, please make sure when you take in oil internally that you're doing it safely, that you haven't bought it at a discount store, that you've got pure 100% grade oil. If you ever see a lemon jar essential oil that says not for consumption, you know that they've added some chemicals into it. So you can take it internally, the ones that have been approved. And then, so not every oil can be taken internally, but you can also have it diffused in the air, and that's one of my favorite ways, and it just makes everything smell fantastic, but it also has healing properties. So if you're having problems sleeping, there's oils for sleeping, and every person is different. So if lavender doesn't work for you for sleeping, maybe the stress away would work for you, or the vetiver, or the cedarwood. There are multiple combinations that can be used for you, and oils are very, very intelligent. So lavender, if you take it in the morning, will have a different effect on your body. Your body will accept the lavender, but it will use it for a different reason in the morning as it will at the end of the day.
Cool.
So you can use one oil for both things.
And one of the biggest things that we use it for around our house is cleaning. So we've eliminated like all cleaning, like Alex was saying, chemical or store-bought products. We use something that almost smells like cinnamon. I can't remember all the drops, but we've made it up, and then you just mix it with water.
And vinegar.
Not that one.
Not that one?
No.
Oh, different one.
We just clean other things. We just clean other things with vinegar.
Oh, okay.
And it's so funny because I use the thieves from
Yeah.
Young Living. I use the thieves, and I've eliminated everything, like for glass cleaner and floor cleaner, and for my wood and for my countertops. And I just cleaned my husband's barbecue for him, and he was amazed. It was like it took it right off.
Yeah. And it smells good.
It
That's the cool thing about it is, now you're not getting maybe headaches from the harsh smell of chemicals or bleach or anything. And our sink is not metal, and it's like more of an ivory color. And we don't clean as often as we should. And it was really bad. But even with just like natural cleaning products and some lemon essential oils, we got it back to almost normal.
That is
one more scrubbing and
one more scrubbing. So amazing. And one of the reasons is I have 2 grandchildren, and so if you clean your countertop, I feel safe that he's going to lick it, or put his hands all over it, because he puts everything into his mouth, as
like
opposed,
most kids.
as opposed to instead of having a bleach or really strong chemicals in the house. So it makes me feel better that I have eliminated the chemicals. You can't get rid of all of them, but
the more is better. I wanted to ask. So you got the safety issue there. Obviously, we've talked about the effectiveness, and they seem to be. So far, that they seem to be as effective as
even with us chemicals. Before we switched over, I'd be cleaning the bathroom, opening the window, and then closing the door to keep away from our cats and our kids.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, I don't want them to smell this. And then thinking about it's like, well, I don't want them to smell it. Well, I don't want to smell it either.
It's going in your lungs
too. Exactly. So it's just, and we've talked about this, I think, on the podcast. It's like sometimes it takes a while to you don't have to go from overnight. It's like anything, overnight success. It doesn't happen. You need to slowly change things over. You don't have to go all in.
I think as we for us, I don't know about you, Penny, but for us, we sort of switched. Like as we started to run out of a particular cleaner, we just switched to a natural one, and then eventually all of the other cleaners go away, and you're left with just the natural ones. And I think what's the general? You both can feel it a lot more. I think it's because of I work and where my environments aren't as controlled as our home environments necessarily, so I'm not feeling it as much. But what would you say the biggest oomph, I guess, is or the biggest benefit to you personally for not switching from chemicals to more essential oil based stuff? Do you have more energy, less headaches? I'm not sure.
I just feel better, and it makes me feel better. It makes me feel happier and just not as heavy. It just
the lemon scent, that oil is actually can be used if someone is in grief and depression. The citrus scents are happy, uplifting scents. So it cleans your house, but it also makes you feel better about yourself.
About cleaning too.
Yeah, exactly. Prior to, I used to love candles and the smells for the candles, and now, but my walls used to be. I had to repaint. There was such soot from them and the blackness around them. And so, I did a major purge of my house. And if anyone knew me before, it's like, Penny, you love your candles. And I've got rid of all candles, and now I just use the natural ones and just have my diffuser going. And someone said when they walk into my house, they feel comfortable.
Yeah, and it was just calm. It brings a sense of calm to things. Now, mind you, I'm coming from a chaos home with 2 young kids, but it's still just the smell of your home, because I've been to your house, and it just smelled very welcoming, like you said, and just it just felt really good. When you have different scents, it just can really play with your nose, or like you said, headaches too. Yeah. I sometimes when I smell different things now, it doesn't give me a crazy headache, but I'm just like, ooh, I'm not a big fan of that smell, just because we've eliminated so many things.
Walking down the aisle now at a big box store, and I can't do it. It's like the smells of all the detergents and everything.
They are pretty strong. Yeah.
So much. It's worse for me now. But I've been able to. I used to use Advil all the time for headaches, and I don't use it anymore.
That's great.
You can just eliminate so many of the pharmaceuticals with an essential oil.
Peppermint's good for headaches, right? Is that what the one?
Peppermint is good. There's a blend called M Green, great for migraines. There's so many different oils that you can use.
You're not just treating the symptoms anymore. I mean, you might start that way, but when you've switched to essential oils, you don't get those headaches.
Your body's detoxing.
You're not exposing yourself to as many chemicals.
Yeah,
which
manifests in things like headaches, migraines, that kind of stuff.
We've even made our own hand soaps with it.
We have done that as well. Yeah,
that is
getting all into.
So good.
Yeah, so we've talked now a little bit of essential oils and, some of our favorites, ways to use them. How about tapping? Because I know that's been a huge part of your life, and I've followed you on some of your tapping, and it really works. You've even tapped me down that crazy street in San Francisco. Like, we didn't
Lombard
actually
Street.
tap it. You just, the words itself even just helped me get down that steep hill.
Okay, so for anyone who's not familiar with Lombard Street, just Google search Lombard Street, and you'll see all kinds of pictures of basically what looks like a sheer cliff with just a set of staircase, switchback staircases.
We somehow ended up that way. I don't know how, but we did, and
it's great. It's beautiful. I've been, but if you happen to be scared of heights, not the right street for you.
So it's been, you've helped me and you've helped many people through tapping EFT. Freedom Technique.
Do you want me to share a little bit about
please.
that?
Sure.
And so what, a little bit background, what Emotional Freedom Technique is acupuncture without the needles. Mm-hmm. It is something that anybody can do, any age. I taught my mom how to tap. So my mom watches my Facebook Lives, and I have done it in person with her when I visit. And she was afraid to come to, it's a little backstory. My sister died in a car accident over 40 years ago, and my mother had never been past Toronto. My mom lives in Montreal, had never been past Toronto, just from fear. I taught her tapping, and she was able to come last November for the first time ever, to come right past Toronto, all the way to Waterloo. Awesome. And my nieces came with her, but through tapping, she was able to help calm herself down and get over her fear. And if I can teach my mom at 83, anybody can do this.
That's amazing.
And you can do tapping on infants, tapping on children, tapping on anyone.
Yeah, you've actually showed me one for getting the kid, for nightmares and things, helping not have them.
Yeah, that was really...
I've done that with Anastasia.
Yeah.
So there's one, there's a fun little tapping that you can do with children to help them get to sleep at night, is you start at the base of your neck and you just tap along the spine all the way down, and you ask them, what is the worst thing that happened today? And when you're asking that, it's giving them permission to share their story and not hold in and keep the emotion with them. It is someone holding space from them, and you just ask them what was the worst thing. It could be that's, they didn't have, my best friend wasn't at school today, or they didn't ask me to play on the swings, or it could be anything, and you just allow them to share what it was. And then the next thing is you say, what was the best thing that happened today? And you start again at the base of the neck, and you tap all the way down. And if they don't like the tapping, you can start at the base of the neck and just slowly rub along their spine right to the bottom. You say, what's the best thing? And as they're going through all the things what was the best thing, they're thinking of all the good things that happened for them that day. And it could be something as simple as we had our favorite dinner, or Mommy read me 3 stories instead of 2. It's whatever. But they're thinking of all the positive things that happened to them. By tapping, you are reinforcing that positive thing. Their final thoughts of the day are positive. It helps them have a better night's sleep.
And the cool thing with this technique is, if you have kids that don't want to share, you're still encouraging them to think about it. Because sometimes our daughter gets in a stage where she doesn't want to talk about it, but you know they're thinking about it. And then this way, that still gets them it gets them out, and And
when you say tap on either side of the spine, you're just sort of taking your index finger and then your thumb, I guess, sort of, okay. And then you're not on either side of the spine, not down the center, but there's
or rub down rub down the center, or just tap on.
Anastasia prefers rubbing, I think.
Yeah, and each child is different.
Yeah, and then there's other areas you can tap on, like underneath the eyes, perhaps.
Oh yeah, okay. So the regular tapping,
there's so much here.
Yeah.
So much. And I actually just thought there was only so many, and then getting with you, then there's there's just so many areas that you can tap now, so many points,
There are multiple tapping points, and we have to thank Gary Craig for inventing this, and he made it simpler for the everyday person to do. And there are points. So the very first one is the karate chop point, which is when you make a fist with your hand, and it's right along from your wrist to your baby finger right there, and that's what the very first one is. It's the karate chop point, and that's when you're making acknowledging the problem. You're shaking hands with whatever an issue is, and what it may sound counterintuitive, but you've got to say the negative first. People all want to just jump right to the positive, like I don't want to be afraid, so let's just jump to the I feel great. But no, we have to acknowledge what is going on, and it's a simple statement is, even though, and then whatever the problem is, even though I'm feeling afraid. And you don't even have to say what's feeling afraid. Even though I'm feeling afraid, I choose to love, honor, and accept myself. And you gently strum along the karate chop point when you say that. And you do it 3 times. And then you move on to the points that we were just talking about. And the first one is the eyebrow point. It's the little bone just above your eyebrow. And you gently strum right with, you can use 1 hand, 2 hands, 2 fingers. I actually like 2 hands to get the biggest bang for your buck, and because that way you're hitting all the points. And you start there, you just say whatever the negative thing is. Oh, I'm feeling really nervous. And then along the side of the eye, right again where the bone is, you tap here. I'm feeling afraid. Under the nose. And then kind of you push your lip and you tap just under your nose. The next one is chin point. It's right where the crease is in your chin. The next one is your collarbone point. You move down under your arm so you're looking like a chicken. And then the next point is one that not everyone, because when different people learn it, they don't use every point, but this is the one that I really enjoy using. It is right under your rib cage, right at the bottom of your rib cage, and you can just gently, with the side of your hand there, just tap there, and then you finish off doing a little circle on the top of your head. And those are the basic points. There are different ones. So like if people have migraines, you're going to tap along the side of the eye right here. If you have, again, for headaches, you can a little V with your hand. There's so many different points. But for the general population, those are the main ones. I just always want to use that extra one here. This is the one for fear and guilt. Yes. And I find
a lot of people actually skip that one. Like when I follow other people's either videos or books and things, that's a big one that they skip. So it was, I think, you that actually introduced me to that part there. So that point.
It doesn't show very good in videos. And so oftentimes I've seen they stop at the collarbone point. Others have stopped at, so maybe they don't like doing the chicken wings. But it really is, this is like one of my favorite
like
spots.
the rib cage. Yeah,
the rib cage one, people use, this is the one to use if you have panic attacks.
It's just hard to do if you're a woman and you have no bra on. So you wear a bra.
Yeah, it's like,
because I remember you went through a really cool one for the morning routine. Right. I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I was like, I need to put a bra on.
Not everybody has to. I'm assuming on your, like, so for people listening in that, want to get started with emotional tapping, is your Claim Your Brilliance Facebook group like a good resource for like videos on how, like, showing us basically, unfortunately because it's a podcast, you guys didn't get to see how she's slowly tapping all of her stuff. Hopefully you got parts of it. But yeah, if you want to see you actually doing it, is that a good place to start? Or?
Absolutely. So my business page, Penny Norkett, I have some on there.
It will all that information will also be on the comments too. So in the comment description,
in the description of this podcast. Yeah.
So in Claim Your Brilliance, definitely I have videos, and then I also do Zoom calls. So people come in together and we do tapping. We just did one on Tuesday, Money Mindset. It was so much fun. We did the Money Mindset and tapping. So we tapped on. So we did some things from. Abraham Hicks.
Cool.
We used some of those things, and just some little things that you can do to help bring abundance into your life. And again, one of my favorite oils is abundance.
Mine too.
I'm wearing that one right now, and bringing abundance into your life. And we did a tapping for the women that were on. We did tapping with them, and then I got a beautiful testimonial afterwards from somebody saying like that was exactly what I needed. But that actually wasn't. I didn't record it because I find it's always personal, and I think that to get the most benefit, you have to come on live and share it with us together.
That's good. But it gets you started. There's videos to get you started to be like, so that people can think it, see it, and go, okay, yeah, that's okay. I'll start there, and that's good. It's you got to get into it somehow. So that's
and then if you do have the opportunity to go live with Penny, it's really an amazing thing as well. So.
Or reach out in your community. I'm sure like emotional freedom techniques such as tapping, there's got to be a practitioner somewhere near you. You'd be surprised. Just like how you guys didn't meet until you had to go to Toronto. You lived 10 minutes away.
Right?
And you don't have, now with the beauty of the internet, you can have tapping I tap with women all around the world.
Which is amazing.
California, I always say my voice, I love to travel. So my voice is in Barcelona, or my voice is in Italy, and California, especially in the wintertime. I love tapping in California.
Yeah. We should just go to California and visit them, I think, in the winter.
Yeah.
Done.
Do the tapping, and it's so much fun.
An excuse to go to California in the winter.
There we go.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. I do want to touch base again a little bit on the essential oils, specifically because I didn't realize that you could actually do, like, the oils affected you differently in different times a day. But if you want to get started with essential oils, just start it and like see what combinations necessarily work for you, or at least see if a certain oil will work for you. Where do you sort of start with that? How do you start that? I mean, other than like you can't just always be married to someone who happens to be into this stuff and doing it on their own, right? If you want
here. So actually, if you're local, I partner with Social Arts, and we do rollerball and bracelet diffuser parties. We just did a private party last night,
awesome.
And so then I go through all the oils, and you get to actually smell it. There are. My upline from Young Living does weekly or twice a month, depends, twice a month calls to learn more about essential oils. And then if you went on, I can send you an oil, like a sample, to try it. You don't have to be in person to actually to learn about it.
I think another great way is also see if friends or people in your circle around locally are into essential oils. Then you can actually talk to them, and more than not, people are willing to share what they love. So if maybe they don't sell it, but it's part of their life, they can reach out to friends and come over. It's an excuse to get together and smell oils as well.
Just check them out.
And there's a lot of like times, I don't know for Young Living, but there's times where you can buy like small sample packs as well. I go to Amazon.
For Amazon.
Things,
okay.
I'll go to Young Living.
Come
to me. I'll hook you up.
But do they have sample, like smaller bottles?
Well, I send out samples.
Oh, okay.
I can send you samples.
So Young Living, because they are amazing. I do have some others as well. So,
and it is sometimes a trial and error. So you'd want to just try some, and then because that's where the starter kits, you tried them all.
And one of the things I've noticed is like I have Joy from Young Living, and I wasn't a big fan of smelling it out of the bottle or even the diffuser. No, it was really good in the diffuser. So certain scents smell better in different ways, like for your own nose. Right. So like I was like, ooh. And then I put in the diffuser, and it's beautiful in the diffuser. So, and it really depends on. It
does, and it also depends day to day. They say that you should actually switch up your oils every couple of days. Okay. So, like if you really love the citrus scents, you can diffuse orange, and then the next day or 2 days use lemon, or use a blend that has citrus fresh, which has a bunch of them, or use tangerine, so that your body.
I like mixing mine up, like having a whole pile. Especially like if I'm having with 2 young kids that bring things home, I'm usually putting stuff on to help with just nasal congestion and sore throats and stuff like that too.
Yeah, so then you would
like blend it up. But then also to like, if we didn't sleep through the night, put some citrus like lime in and stuff like that to and peppermint to really boost energy as well.
Lime is good too.
No, it's great.
I love lime.
I think that's a lot. That's a lot of information, but it's good to know that it's like the barrier to entry to try this stuff is actually very low.
And like I said, you can reach out to people that you know too, and then once you know your scents that you like, reach out to Penny and different things, and So before we wrap up, I'd love to know what Well, one, I think you have something free, like a free gift to give to our listeners, and then also what you're up to next, like so what people can see you doing.
What am I excited about?
Exactly.
Yeah. So one of the things I have done for quite a while is, and actually it's part of tapping, affirmations. Mm-hmm. So after we do the negative, we tap in the positive, and that is an affirmation. I am wonderful, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'm smart, all these positive affirmations. So I send a daily affirmation right to your email, and that's free, and it just goes, so you can sign up at pennynorca.com, and you can get a free daily affirmation from me. And what am I up to now? I'm really excited because I'm finally going to be, I've always done one-on-one coaching, and I am going to be launching a group program, and it's going to, we actually settled on a date. It's going to be the second week in September.
Ooh,
it's going to start, and it's called 4 Weeks to Peace and Calm.
4 Weeks to Peace and Calm. That sounds amazing. So with 4 Weeks to Calm, are you including tapping, or or is it like a secret? Or
no, it's not a secret. I am including all things that I'm incorporating my empowerment coaching. I am incorporating my oils, and it will be definitely tapping. So it's the group part will be tapping, weekly tappings, but there will also be each week it has a different. They'll have a different focus, so we'll be doing oils and affirmations and visualizations and all things to really help people to switch from being stressed out and overwhelmed to peace and calm.
Beautiful. I love that. Well, that's super exciting.
And it lands at a really good time.
It is.
It's right at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, I find in the summertime, we find a little bit more peace and calm, usually, kind of, sometimes, sort of, depending on things, I guess. But then the school time gets back in, or work, you get off summer holidays, and all of a sudden you're like overwhelmed.
You're stressed out to the max. So this is going to be all kinds of techniques that you can have at your fingertips to use at a moment's notice to help you get back into the state of relaxation.
Wonderful. And the one thing I find with group is, there's power in numbers. So that's really cool too, that you're going to bring everybody together and do that together. And I've seen you in tapping groups. We've done it with through Zoom and things like you said, and it's just super powerful in numbers. So yeah, that's exciting.
Something super exciting to look forward to. Yeah. And the details of all of this will be in the description.
Yeah, so anything you want to find, like her free gift, the affirmations coming directly to your email, and the group coaching in September, it will all be there, and we'll even have like your Facebook page and group and all that fun stuff that you can find Penny right there in the description.
Great.
So thank you so much, Penny, for being here. It was so exciting to have you on as our very first guest. So stay tuned next week, guys, for another guest celebrating our 1-year anniversary of this podcast.
Yeah.
So do you have any final last words before we go?
Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, everybody, we hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Bye for now.